Something about this song just really captured me. And I wanna, tell Pastor Michael White again and Tab Worship, man, this is a really beautiful song. You're gonna be hearing it really regular and often on the Street 919 FM. This song is a song for a time like this, a relevant song. All right, we want to thank our sponsors for being with us today. We really appreciate Big Mike and Small Mike, Big Mike Wellness Center in Aruka. So you can visit Big Mike Wellness Center at 19 Market Street, Aruka. You can contact them on 288-8301. 288-8301. Also, you can contact them on 346-2612. 346-2612. 346-2612. You can contact them, and if you want, but I know that you can visit them at 19 Market Street in Aruka. All right, 19 Market Street in Aruka. Business days and hours are as follows: on Tuesday to Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 a.m. and on Saturdays from 9 a.m. to 2 a.m. You can get that you can make your appointment and make sure and visit them at that times. All right, so be a part of Big Mike Wellness Center. So we want to thank them for being with us from 10 till 11, and we also want to thank Mr. Wayne Delamore for being with us also from 9 to 9:30. We cry out to everybody else and everything else other than God. And this song just tells us and encourages us to know that we need to cry out to the one who is able. The one who is able. He is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can ask or think. So I'm really glad and happy today because, we can look and we can be aware of all that's going on around us. There's so much things that are happening around us that we're just not happy about. We're just really not happy about. And I hope that people, yesterday I would have talked to you all about something that's really bothering me and troubling me. And today, listening to Sean, Miss Felix, about the situation at the Sandy Grande Regional Corporation. Really sad situation. And I think that this is a good reason why the church need to stand and lift their voice against what is happening and what is being accepted. All right? We need to stand up. We need to stand up. Somebody needs to stand up. And I'm calling on I'm calling on bishops and pastors. Say something. We can't if we have multicultural churches in Trinidad and Tobago, we have churches with Africans and East Indians and Chinese and Syrians and everybody fellowshipping and worshiping together. We have people who, now want to bring our country to a place where they believe that they can say and do anything. And we have to cry out, as the song is saying. We have to cry out. We have to say something. And people are believing that they can just say what they want, do what they want, and people must just accept it and not say anything. Why? Why? Why are we pushed into a corner? Why can't we be recognized as African people, black people? Why do we have to be called names? Why do we have to be labeled as in these nasty way? Why is it that we can, some young people were talking to me yesterday, was it yesterday? And they were saying to me, they believe that this is just going to be accepted. Nothing is going to come out of it. We're not going to stand up and we're not going to make our voices heard and not going to demand respect. When are we going to demand respect? Because apparently asking for the respect and trying to be too passive. We need to demand our respect. It is sad, It is sad. I heard Sharon ask this morning, what it is Dr. Rowley have done to you all, so much so that you all have to hate him like that. And I'm going to play you all a video to show you all the level of hate. There is a level of hate in this country. And and again, just thinking about it make you really wonder. Because I remember there was an East Indian lady protesting outside the Parliament building, and she said, yes, we hate him. Why we pushing this hate? And just last week in a town meeting or a UNC, they had a meeting concerning the budget, and if you hear this gentleman's hate, and I am going to play it, I am going to play it because we have reached a point in this country where we need to highlight these things. Some people may not like the fact that you're going to highlight, that we highlight these things, but you need to highlight it. If you don't highlight it, people are going to believe that you're lying and that you're just trying to make couture and bacchanal for no reason. You have no evidence of these things. But we have the evidence down back. We have the evidence down back. And once you don't stand out and stand up, we're going to just allow this to just continue. And we cannot allow it to just continue. I'm being honest. We cannot allow this to continue. We have to stand up, Trinidad and Tobago. We have to, as the song says, we have to cry out.
Lift your hands, everybody.
We have to cry out. Cry out against racism. Racism is rearing its ugly head in our country. We have 400 murders. So we have racism to deal with. We have murders to deal with. Someone sent me a video with the Archbishop or the Bishop Jason from the Catholic Church warning this nation about something that is to come. I'm going to play that for you also. And on top of that, now we have a leader who is not standing up for the rights of people.
To the God who never changes, we cry out. To the God who is eternal, we cry out. To the only changes, we cry out to the God who is eternal. We cry out to the only one who's able to deliver, restore, and heal our land. We're calling out to you. Our souls long for you. cry out. To the God who is eternal, we cry out. To the only one who's able to deliver, restore, and heal. Come on, church, let me hear you. We cry out to the God who never changes, to the God who is eternal. To the only one, restore and heal our land. See, we're calling out for our soul love for you. You're the God. Yes, we're calling out to you. Anybody want to lift up their hands and say?
So I had to play that song in its entirety. First to realize as a nation, we're calling out to God and asking Him, God, heal our land. Heal our land. Our land needs... I am, as a young person, sometimes you're lost for words, you know. Sometimes you're lost for words, you don't know what to say, and sometimes you have to be very careful how you're coming across now, because some people take your passion for arrogance, some people take your passion for all different things, so you don't know how to come across aggressive enough to make sure that you get the point across. I am sick and fed up. I'm tired of people using race to bring down somebody else. Why? I listened to a video on Saturday and I was so disgusted by the video. Real disgusted by the video. So you're talking about an oncology center, but you have to bring in black people. And black people and black people and black people, though, they will vote and they only voted for somebody who look like them and all. And so you come down on black people as if it's only black people who does suffer or who have cancer, who suffer with the disease or the sickness called cancer. Why? Why you have to bring the people, that's who you vote for and try to degrade them down to okay, the vote that you're voting. Something is wrong with us. Something is wrong with this place. When we will wake up and realize that something is definitely wrong. So in every WhatsApp group now, there is the story about this counselor or this older man. Every WhatsApp group you're going to, every single one, this morning that you wake up and you're part of a group, yeah, there is this group here now that's trying to, that the people are now discussing this issue. This issue is not a first time issue. And as I said to you, the young people, and they are saying that this is going to just be a 9-day wonder. You're gonna cry out, you're gonna talk about it, you're gonna get upset, you're gonna say enough is enough, but then after that, what is this? They're still disrespecting us. And you know what is sad? Is that there are people who are following them, and there are people who want them to come and govern us. I cannot understand it, I will never understand it, and I'm not willing to understand it. Sorry, there's nothing you could tell me, to explain to me, to prove to me that, hey, there's the reason why you have to support these people, even though they call you by the N-word, even though they call you Creole, even though they call you all the racist terms. You know, just forget that and put them there because you're fed up at Rowley and you don't like Rowley and Rowley this and Rowley that. So I must go and vote for somebody who just who hate, who say all sort of derogatory things about me just because I hate Dr. Rowley. For what reason? For what reason? And I'm trying to understand it, and I cannot, and I don't want nobody to try to explain it to me because I'm not willing to understand it. Because at the end of the day, if you hate me, right? If you hate me, what am I trying to understand? Why you hate me? I haven't done you anything. And you keep calling me by these nasty terms. And you know what is hurtful is that you're using people who look like me now to call me by these nasty terms. Something's wrong with this. When are we going to stand up, Trinidad and Tobago? When are we going to stand up? Do you really want your children to grow up in this kind of... What are they encouraging? What do they want? Why we reaching to this place? And people want you to turn a blind eye to it. That's worse, you know. When you turn a blind eye to abuse and to nasty comments, it gets worse, you know. That mental abuse is worse than physical abuse sometimes, you know. Where we go? I don't know. So UNC Alderman under fire for racist rant at a meeting. You understand? So it has reached to the point where now, right? UNC Alderman under fire for racist rant at a meeting. And I'm sure many of you heard it. I know that Sean would have played it this morning. If you didn't hear it, I don't know. You need to hear it. You need to hear it. But then my thing, as I just said to you, you think that was bad? You think that was bad? You think that was bad? That wasn't bad. Because you have this guy, Saddam Hussein, chairing a meeting and hearing a man calling black people Creole and referring to Dr. Rowley as the devil, and he did not even stop him. And you could have seen it on his face when he looked at the gentleman like, you really say that? Nah, you ain't say that. I don't believe you really said that. And he did. He did. Trinidad and Tobago. Join me on the live. Come on the Street 919 FM Facebook page. Also join me on YouTube on Iwer TV. Let's talk. And please, I don't want to go down the nasty road like these people. So if you're coming at me and you're going to use the nasty terms and you're going to be, just riling it up more, I am going to cut you off because I'm looking for a solution. What is the solution to solve this issue, Trinidad and Tobago? What it is, what? We know where it came from. We know how it started. Some of you might know. Some of you may know and want to pretend as you don't know. But we reach the place now where it's tipping over. It's starting to spill on the streets. It's starting to spill over. And I want to show you the video. Right? I'm going to show you this video. Watch the conduct of this gentleman. Watch what he had to say. And listen to what he had to say. And understand this, Trinidad and Tobago. That it is reaching to a breaking point. And we need to reach that place where we have to deal with it. And we need our religious leaders, our pastors, bishops, apostolic fathers, apostles, all these people, as they would call us, the men of the cloth, to stand up and say something. Please stand up and say something. It's getting worse and worse and worse as the days go on. We're not even in an election mode. And it shouldn't even be encouraged in an election mode. Right? We're not even in an election mode. And these are the things that are being said. Something needs to be done. Hate speech. We're going back to Mr. Wendell Eversley and his statements about we need to bring hate speech laws in Trinidad and Tobago. We need to, we need to bring legislation in place to deal with hate speech and racism. What? I still want to know, boy. What, because you disagree with a man governance style. You are now at a place where that's what you reach into, that's what you reach into. But join me on the live. Join me on the live and you're going to see the video. And when you see this video, I want you to listen to the hate and the venom that's coming out of this man off the heels of the so he did it first, and then now you're hearing the older man from the Sandy Grande Corporation. Well, are we serious? You need to wake up. And I would like to know what to do to wake up my nation. I would love to know what to do to wake up my nation, Trinidad and Tobago. I don't think it's this one I want to show. Stop this. I want to show the proper one, man. Alright, I want to show a good one for you all to look at the face of Saddam Hussein when he said what he had to say. Alright, so I think I'm going to show it. I am really sad. Today I come with a real heavy spirit, real heavy vibes, because I'm hurt. I'm really hurt as a young man to see what my country's coming to. And all we're doing is just playing games. And there are the people who would say they find nothing wrong with it. You know that? There are some people who would say, well, nothing wrong with that. What's your problem? What's your problem? You know? But I want to show you it. It's really, really sad, boy. So I wait for you to join me on Facebook and on YouTube. When you come on, let me just see how much people is there right now. Alright, so as you come on, let me know where you're joining me from. And I'm telling you, you have to come on the live to see this video today. It's really, really sad. Sick. When are we going to stop? When are we going to stop Trinidad and Tobago? I really want to know. You have to tell me today. What are we willing to do? What are we willing to do? How far are we willing to go to stop this nonsense? Alright? So I tell you, you're going to be hearing a lot of this song, The song is We Cry Out. I'm going to play the video for you. When I come back, I'm gonna play this video because I'm just waiting for it to download when I come back. Alright? Alright, so let me show you this video now. It has downloaded. So I want to show you the video. Ah, boy. God, we really need you, yes? We really need you in this place. Because God, we really don't want... You know, God said something on Friday, and I was trying to just, you know, calm it down and really reach to the place where I don't want it to reach to that. Really don't want it to ever reach to that where, you know, that race war. You don't want it to ever reach to that race discussion. Oh no. Tell me I sent it to the wrong place. Alright, just now I Trinidad and Tobago. I think I sent it to the wrong group. Yeah, I sent it to the wrong one. Alright. Yeah, you know, you don't want it to reach that. And you know, you're looking for certain people to condemn the statements. You're looking for certain people to do a live, like how they would do a live for scrap iron dealers. They would do a live for all the different things. But, you know, to see them do a live for this kind of things, you don't hear them at all, boy. I don't know how I could have how people could want to talk on behalf of me and things like this happening and you're not hearing you. Leave me alone, eh? Alright, so look at this Trinidad and Tobago. You can't talk for me. I always say that. They can't talk on behalf of me. Look at this Trinidad and Tobago. Listen to this, eh? Come on the live, come on the street now on 9FM Facebook page and on YouTube on Iwer TV. Right? And look at this. And you tell me what you think. Look at Saddam Hussein's face when statements are being made. So look at this, and I want you to tell me what you think. This is so I don't know now. Let me share, and let's play the video.
Nasim, anyone else on the floor?
Yeah.
Just state your name and where you're from, right?
Yes, Mr. Salam. Good night, everybody. My name is Rakesh Dulchan, and I represent some farmers from the Harang West South area.
Right.
First thing, brothers, I want to say, time for we to form one body and get rid of that man, boy. Because let me tell you something, right? You see, when you're going to go street, it's every day. It's a problem in that go street. It's not like Creole and Indian again.
You see that statement? You see that statement? And look at Saddam's face. Look at Saddam's face when it's being said. Look at his face. Creole? Who is a Creole? Why we have to be called Creole? Just like how you could have said East Indians, why you couldn't say it have no more, it should, let me put aside African and East Indians. Why do you have to call me a Creole? Why? So I'm going again, and I want you to listen in case you missed it.
The floor?
Yeah.
Just state your name and where you're from, right?
Yes, Mr. Salam. Good night, everybody. My name is Rakesh Dulchan, and I represent some farmers from the Harang West South area.
Right.
First thing, brothers, I want to say, time for we to form one body and get rid of that man, boy. Because let me tell you something, right? You see, when you're going to go street, it's every day. It's a problem in that go street. It's not like Creole and Indian again. We had to come as one, boy, to get rid of the devil, boy. Because we had a... Let me tell you something and make it clear. So who vexed die nothing? Let me tell you this. We had an angel, and some people get rid of she and bring in the devil. Sorry for saying it so, boy. As my partner say, just now, we went on nothing to Ram again. Me line to tell you, I really don't like that.
And the member of parliament is standing there The member of parliament didn't correct him. The member of parliament didn't stop him. The member of parliament didn't say, sir, I think we should retract that statement. The member of parliament should have said, sir, let's keep it respectful. The member of parliament could have stopped the gentleman and tell the gentleman, sir, you see that term that you use there is considered to be very derogatory, or some people could deem it to be racist. Sir, I think that you need to, say something. The member of parliament said nothing. The member of parliament said nothing. And I am like, okay, so where's this boy? Then now to wake up to hear these nasty statements by an older man. Are we serious? We serious? Or we just playing games and we really don't care anymore? Just whatever go, however it hang, it swing. That is what we're doing? That is how far we're going as a nation? Huh? So you went into a meeting with your member of parliament, and your member of parliament standing there, right? Your member of parliament standing there. You use a racist, a term that is considered to be racist, right? You call the prime minister the devil, and Saddam Hussein didn't even stop you. And that's what we're looking at. That's what people are considering. That's what Ansel Roger and all the trade union leaders want us to make sure we have our ID card to go and vote for. Mr. Ansel Roger, you hear what this man called me and called you? A Creole. The older man called us by the N-word. And Ansel Roger wants me to vote on election day. I'm not hearing Mr. Ansel Roger. I'm not hearing Mr. Watson Solomon Duke. I'm not hearing all these trade union leaders. Where is Mr. Abdullah? In all of these statements that are being made, will you leave me alone? Where are these people? Where are these people who just do a live? You're doing a live for all the other things. But a woman call us by the N-word, you ain't do a live. Look, come on now, let me be real now, man. Could we wake up? Could we? Could somebody wake me up and tell me I'm dreaming? Could somebody really wake me up and tell me, hey, Google, wake up, you're dreaming? That's not real what you're hearing there. That's not true. Could somebody really do that? But you know what? The older man could say what she want, though. The older man could say what she want. This man could say what he want. And nobody corrects them. Let somebody had done it on the UNC on the PNM platform, and you would have heard, boy. So let's go again. Listen to Mr. Saddam Hussein.
Naseem, anyone else on the floor?
Yeah.
Just state your name and where you're from, right?
Yes, Mr. Salam. Good night, everybody. My name is Rakesh Dulchan, and I represent some farmers from the Harang West South area.
Right.
First thing, brothers, I want to say, time for we to form one body and get rid of that man boy. Because let me tell you something, right? You see, when you're going to go street, it's every day. It's a problem in that go street. It's not like Creole and Indian again. We had to come as one boy to get rid of the devil boy. Because we had a... Let me tell you something and make it clear. So who vexed die nothing? Let me tell you this.
You realize that people clap? We had to get rid of that man boy. We had to get rid of the devil, and people clap. People clap, people clap. The man called us Creole. People clap. People clap. Then you know what? I shouldn't even be having this discussion. If people clap, then why are you having this discussion, Google? People clap for the man. It means that people in an agreement with him calling the Prime Minister a devil. Wow. Wow. But you know, Dr. Rowley says it all the time, eh? Dr. Rowley says that there are right-thinking citizens. My question is, how much does the right-thinking citizens have to take? How much more? How much more do we have to take, Trinidad and Tobago? How much more? This is getting really, really bad, you know. I tell you, remember outside the parliament when a lady said, "Why will you hate him so?" Remember that? Remember this?
Tomorrow is emancipation day. If you go on Indian holiday, all when I go on some koi black, all you wicked. We hate them to blast and fire separation. Yeah, poor people suffering, including all the black people that shut your damn out.
Will you hear that? You all heard that? I don't think you all heard that. That's what we have to deal with. That's what we have to deal with. You all remember that? You all remember that? And you know what? We mustn't say anything. Move on. Why are you highlighting that for? Talk about some positives that the government is doing, which you could talk about, which I have no problem with, but I'm not burying my head in the sand.
We hate them to blast and fire separation. Yeah, poor people suffering, including all the black people that shut your damn out.
Including all the black people. We hate him. We hate him. Yeah, we hate him. Yeah, we hate him.
My name is Rakesh Dulchan, and I represent some farmers from the Harang West South area.
Right.
First thing, brothers, I want to say, time for we to form one body and get rid of that man boy. Because let me tell you something, right? You see, when you're going to go street, it's every day. It's a problem in that go street. It's not like Creole and Indian again. We had to come as one boy to get rid of the devil boy. Because we had a... Let me tell you something and make it clear. So who vexed die nothing? Let me tell you this. We had an angel, and some people get rid of she and bring in the devil. Sorry for saying it so, boy. As my partner say, just now we went on nothing to Ram again. Me a line to tell you, I really don't like that. I really don't. My son like it. He like it more. Anyhow, so I want to say pleasant good night again, my brothers and sisters. So the couple years doing farming, it's been a struggle. It's really been a struggle. I want to say something, right? I would like to see the government drop the tax on the people who paying X amount of dollars from 15,000 to much 100,000 to clear a container.
We are the street. 919 FM. The only radio station bringing perfect balance between entertainment and talk. Updating you with current affairs and social issues.
So what, we should just sit down and take the foolishness that's being meted out because of you all you feel that all you're real bad?
Right? Unlike his situation that I don't even want to go back and bring up and highlight.
You don't have a good record where that is concerned?
Having you in the loop with trends and entertainment. Providing music that lives on.
Darling, I feel the disco.
And spiritual food for the body, mind, and soul. The Street, 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
In Trinidad and Tobago, there are so many things to talk about. Social issues, injustice, child abuse, domestic violence, political scandals, and much more. On HOTP, we will cover all that and much more. Don't forget, you can catch us every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday nights from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Facebook and Instagram. Hot off the press. Hot topics, no filter.
The steel pan, the only musical instrument invented in the 20th century, is a reflection of the perseverance and innovativeness of the people of Trinidad and Tobago, which have always been central to our development as a nation. And the steel pan story epitomizes this, carved out of life and struggle and determination, rising out of the spirit of the African drum. The steel pan stands today as evidence of innovativeness, creativity, and passion for life integral to the people of Trinidad and Tobago. My name is Kwesi Paul. Join me each and every Sunday from 9 to 12 on the Street 91.9 FM.
Join Pastor Kelvin Heinerine and friends for The Way, The Truth, The Life Radio Ministry, a Church of God ministry, live on the Street 919 FM from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. This and every Sunday on the Street 919 FM. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh to the Father except through me. John chapter 14, verse 6. For further information, contact 686-3845-349-5178 or 342-7303.
Blessings in the wonderful name of Jesus. My name is Nikki Garcia, and you are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast every Monday from 12 midnight to 5 in the morning on the Street 919 FM radio. Here, Pastor Helen Garcia and my husband, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. Tune in and prepare to be blessed.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Tune into the
The Street 91.9 FM.
Every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
For the Repairing of the Breach radio program with me, Bishop Sherwin R. Thomas.
The scripture says, "And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in."
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach radio program with Bishop Sherwin R. Thomas on the Street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m. Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 125 Eastern Main Road in Tunapuna. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new with Mr. Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the Street 919 FM.
Good, that boat I'm looking like it real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say, book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, or email us at coralvisiontt@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat I look like it was wet.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Street919fm.com. The official station that defends the nation.
News from the Street 919fm.com. Here's what's happening.
Good afternoon. I am Vanessa Thomas with the 12 o'clock news on the Street 919 FM and online, Facebook and YouTube on Iwer TV. In the headlines, the Education Ministry begins distribution of 7,000 laptops to schools. More road protest, this time in Rosilac and Mundaisy. Tutor waits on response from the CPO, says the ball is in the CPO's court, and internationally UK firefighters expected to strike over pay. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is currently out of the country. A Facebook post on the PM's official page stated that he traveled to Switzerland yesterday to meet with leaders driving the energy company's global projects with a view to exploring opportunities for further development in Trinidad and Tobago. Dr. Rowley was accompanied by Energy Minister Stuart Young. Both parties will then travel to London today to meet with executives from BP tomorrow morning. The Education Ministry began the distribution of 7,000 laptops to schools for use by students and teachers. The distribution began yesterday with over 27 principals collecting laptops at the education towers. 356 laptops, which are part of the overall 7,000 laptops, were handed over to principals from several secondary schools today at the education towers in Port of Spain. Between 2020 to current, the ministry, with the help of corporate support, have distributed an estimated 53,000 laptops and tablet devices to students and teachers. These laptops are to be used to further support the movement towards a more digitally driven school learning environment. In other news, several areas in Rosilac and Mundaisy were blocked with burning debris as residents protested over bad roads. The residents say they have had enough and are calling on the Works and Transport Minister to commence urgent repairs. The residents of Grant Road say some school bus drivers have refused to work in the area, and those that do charge extra money. Motorists are also forced to do daily repairs to their vehicles. Another issue in the area is flooding due to poor drainage. President of the Trinidad and Tobago Unified Teachers Association, Antonia De Freitas, says the union is yet to decide on a further course of action after the success of its Teachers' Day of Rest and Reflect on Monday. The union says it is awaiting further discussions with the Chief Personnel Officer after the union rejected the latest offer of a 4% wage increase for the 2014 to 2019 collective bargaining period last Friday. TUTA's president says they await for the CPO to invite the union to a meeting, hear what response is, and then TUTA's General Council will make a determination on the next course of action. On Monday, the first day of the new school term, 70% of the country's teachers heeded TUTA's call to stay away from classes to protest the CPO's latest offer. Internationally, thousands of firefighters and control room staff in the UK could go on strike as industrial unrest sweeps the country. The Fire Brigades Union said over 32,000 of its members across the UK are to vote on whether to launch a campaign of industrial action over pay. The union said the move follows a 2% offer made in June, which union leaders regard as a significant pay cut. Pay for a trained firefighter is around £32,000 per year. The ballot is expected to be held in 5 weeks' time, with strike dates announced if the union backs them. The Fire Brigades Union's announcement was made just hours before new Prime Minister Liz Truss takes office and follows a wave of UK industrial action this summer by tens of thousands of workers. And that was the 12 o'clock news on the street 919 FM and online, Facebook and YouTube on Iwer TV. Recapping the headlines, the Education Ministry begins distribution of 7,000 laptops to schools. More road protest, this time in Rosilac and Mundaisy. TUTA waits on response from the CPO, says the ball is in the CPO's court. And internationally, UK firefighters expected to strike over pay. Do enjoy your afternoon and continue to be safe. I am Vanessa Thomas.
News from the street. News from the street. 919fm.com.
There's no better way in this world for peace and total rest. Tried and tested, Christ's way is the best. No philosophy, no creed could ever supersede what the Holy Bible, wonderful oracle, showing the people. Oh yeah, and two shall be in the field, one shall be taken. Oh yeah, two shall be at the wheel, only one will fly. Every stone shall be upturned and false doctrine shame. sentence God to death. With falsehood and folly, they blindfold simple people for power and the profit that they get. Some would burn you at the stake, rack you and wheel you out for mere denial or even doubt. With violence and bribery they try, is your soul they want to buy. But Jesus said, come freely, all who labor and are weary, come rest in me. Christ say, rest in me. And I say, two shall be in the field, one shall be chosen. Oh yeah, two shall be at the wheel, only one will fly. Man, every stone shall be upturned and false government shaken, while God's truth and his people are lifted high, so high. The Father never needed religion or systems of earth. His truth stands on its own and proves its worth. Yesterday, today, forever. God's statutes changes never. No man, true government is when God leads my leaders. Oh, oh yeah, true government is when God instructed the leader. You're listening to the Father. Oh, oh, oh. Will hear me lament for true government, from the president to the parliament, transforming the government.
Yeah. I'm back with you. Yes, Trinidad and Tobago. True Government, boy. A song, 10 years now. I've been playing that song on the radio. 10 years I've been consistently playing that song on the Street 919 FM. True Government from Mr. Sean Daniel. I just got a little birdie drop something in my email telling me that Karina, she has a new song. Miss Karine Ashe has a new song. So Karine, you know you had to come in by your boy Google with this new song that you're gonna drop. You know? So I am back with you and we're looking at the situation in our nation where racism is concerned. You know, we have to reach that place where we need to find a solution to this. Right? We have to find a solution to this situation that our country has reached to, Trinidad and Tobago.
We hang our heads in shame. We ask who to blame. All this morass of moral decay. Leadership gone through. The police in a stew. And the talking heads will have a field day. But tell me, what are our social values? And tell me, how do we judge success? By a man's car, his clothes and his shoes. Man, that is how we measure progress. I see they building skyscraper, things of stone and steel, hoarding stacks of
because of council didn't have the way, they decide to get out like some idiots in here. Mr. Chairman, I heard the CEO say today about all your behavior. Why when the PNM members of council conducting themselves in a disgraceful, distasteful, old nigger, guacharat kind of way, they don't come out and tell them these things. We are
empires of gold with their silver and gold. Now mere footnotes on a history page. The Colosseums of Rome with all their columns and domes. Our memories of a bygone nation. Magnum logic, attack with full force. Now the children kill without compassion and go to meet the hangman with no remorse. But we build this
Yes, Mr. Salam. Good night, everybody. My name is Rakesh Dulchan, and I represent some farmers from the Arangwe South area. Right. First thing, brothers, I want to say, time for we to form one body and get rid of that man, boy. Because let me tell you something, right? You see, when you're going to that grocery, it's every day. It's a problem in that grocery. It's not like Creole and Indian again. We had to come as one, boy, to get rid of the devil, boy. Because we had a... Let me tell you something and make it clear. So who vexed die nothing? Let me tell you this. We had an angel and some people get rid of she and bring in the devil. Sorry for saying it so, boy. As my partner say, just now we went on nothing to Ram again. Me a line to tell you, I really don't like that. I really don't. My son like it. He like it.
And men whose forte lies in bubble, we herald with wonderment and all. And then we ask in each editorial, what's eating this country at its core?
You have to support your party. You say you support country before party. Well, go to hell. Go to hell.
Nice to watch, but do not feel. But no one taking time, no time to build character. No one takes the time, no time.
You have to support your party. You say you support country before party. Well, go to hell. Go to hell.
In a stew, and the talking heads will have a field day. But tell me, what are our social values? And tell me, how do we judge success? By a man's car, his clothes and his shoes.
Genuinely hold the interest of children at heart.
Imagine Kamala talking about pedophilia and a pedophile ring, when we understand that when we were amending the Marriage Act, Kamala swore in 2 pundits in the Senate to protest the abolition of child marriages.
Today, the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha thanks Prasad Bisasa for the opportunity.
When this came in the parliament, the Sanatan Dharma Mahasabha was given a voice.
That is how we measure progress. I see they building skyscraper, things of stone and steel, hoarding stacks of blue paper, things that men can steal, but no one takes the time, no time to build character. No, we're taking time, no time building character, and that is we don't fall. Empires of old with their silver and gold, now mere footnotes on a history page. The Colosseums of Rome with all their columns and domes are memories of a bygone age. Listen, the Greeks and Romans had their orgies, days and nights cavorting in lust, but soon to plagues of locusts and disease, they were crumbling into dust. Yet we building skyscraper, walls of but that is the very road that we choose. So come on, make my days now in fashion. Magnum logic, attack with full force. Now the children kill without compassion, and go to meet the hangman with no remorse. But we building skyscraper, walls of steel and stone using 9mm to cross full.
What's that?
Yeah, all the PNM PKM tools.
Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is an embarrassment to any people. And no deal can sign until you first assign which pockets to line and go walk it back. And so we learn to grease with consummate ease the hand of every turnkey and party hack, and men whose forte lies in bubble we herald with wonderment and all. And then we ask in each editorial, what's eating this country at its core? Yet we building skyscraper, things of stone and steel, rotten egg in gift paper. Nice to watch, but do not feel. But no one taking time, no time to build character. No one takes the time, no time to build character, and that is we don't fall. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. We hang our heads in shame. We ask who to blame. All this morass of moral decay. Leadership gone through. The police in a stew. And the talking heads will have a field day. But tell me what
Mrs. Kamala Prasad Bissessa has been leading a quiet racial campaign for a very long time.
East Indian is 35.4%. If every single Indian voted for the UNC or for the partnership, they could never get the 51% required.
And in fact, the black man on the other side talked about...
They have their Oreo now. Who's their guy? At least I have a name for my ancestors. Where you got yours from? Your name is that of a slave master.
character, and that is we don't fall. Empires of old with their silver and gold. Now mere footnotes on a history page. The Colosseums of Rome with all their columns and domes are memories of a bygone age. Listen, the Greeks and Romans had their orgies, days and nights cavorting in lust. But soon the plagues of locusts and disease, they were crumbling into dust. Yet we building skyscraper, walls of steel and stone, and now the talk is computer. Man even making clothes, but no one taking time, no time.
PNM political leader Dr. Keith Rowley is demanding an apology from his UNC counterpart, Kamala Prasad Bissessa, for what he said is an offensive political advertisement. The video attracted negative comments on social media and has gained the attention of the Prime Minister, who publicly denounced the video at a PNM political meeting in Sangre Grande last evening. Ian Wason has more.
I demand that those ads be removed.
Dr. Rowley, as he denounced the political advertisement put on by the UNC.
During his feature address in Sangre Grande last evening, Dr. Rowley related instances where UNC leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar made offensive remarks in the past, one which he recalled was the Oreo comment. In another instance, he said the UNC leader referred to the race of Avinash Singh joining the PNM instead of the UNC.
So today, she reached now to be humiliating black people in this country by picking up destitute-looking black people and portraying them in the worst possible way in a political advertisement. Tonight, I want to say to Ms. Kamla Persad-Bissessar and the UNC, I'm a proud black man in this country, and you have offended me.
Dr. Rowley is demanding an apology. He denounced another video with the use of a certain fruit and explained why it is offensive.
I know what the yellow bananas mean. It's monkey that has created banana. All over the world, footballers walk off the field when they start to make monkey chants. But in the UNC advertisement, that people are hungry in Trinidad and Tobago, and you feed the monkeys banana. You could go to hell with that. We are better than that in Trinidad and Tobago.
The Sangre Grande campaign meeting was the last before Monday's elections. The Prime Minister thanked the country for the opportunity to serve 5 years and said he would be honored to serve another 5 starting on Tuesday. Ian Wason, TTT News.
Gone through, the police in a stew, and the talking heads will have a field day. But tell me, what are our social values? And tell me, how do we judge success? By a man's car, his clothes and his shoes. That is how we measure progress. I see them building skyscraper, things of stone and steel, hoarding stacks of blue paper, things that men can steal, but no one takes the time, no time to build character. No, we're taking time, no time building character, and that is we don't fall. Silver and gold. Now mere footnotes on a history page. The Colosseums of Rome with all their columns and domes are memories of a bygone age. Listen, the Greeks and Romans.
When the PNM members of council didn't have the way, they decide to get on like some idiots in here. Mr. Chairman, I heard the CEO say today about all your behavior. Why, when the PNM members of council conducting themselves in a disgraceful, distasteful, quatterat kind of way, they don't come out and tell them these things? We are only standing up for what is right in here, Mr. Chairman.
Statements made last week at the Sangre Grande Regional Corporation statutory meeting now being strongly condemned by People's National Movement councillors. The heated words came from United National Congress Alderman Susan Holder. Later in the recording, Corporation Chairman Arnold Jutram could be heard cautioning the alderman on her language. And this was Alderman Holder's response.
Be very cautious with the name calling.
I ain't call nobody.
I know.
I ain't call nobody.
Yeah, so that's a safeguard, you know.
They could say what they want, I say what I want too. And if the lawsuit come, I'm taking that too. I know to do that good. I good at that. I good at that. Me afraid of it.
Speaking to CNC3 News, Corporation Chairman Arnold Jutram confirmed the recording is authentic. He said that he cautioned Alderman Holder and he has distanced himself from her comments. He is making it clear that he will never support such statements.
In regards of those type of comments, be it from what side of the political divide, as an individual, I am not in support of those type of comments. I'm a proud Trinbagonian, and I stand with every creed and race find an equal place. And those type of comments are inhumane, very insensitive, and callous.
Commenting on the issue, Alderman Susan Holder admitted to making the statement, but defended herself by saying she never called names. Alderman Holder said her comments came after PNM councillors behaved in a way she called unbecoming when she presented a proposal to the council. She said that she will have to rethink whether she will withdraw her statements.
I did not call any one of them a old. I said they conduct themselves in a type of old manner.
But people would ask the question, Alderman, that language may not be council-like. I mean, what was your views on that?
Well, Otto, people may say that, but that is a term being used when you conduct yourself in such a classless manner.
But after the interview, Alderman Holder wanted to retract her statements to CNC3 News. PNM councillors are now calling for Alderman Susan Holder to be removed.
I could imagine how the other Creole people in that meeting felt when she used that, because you could hear some other people clapping and laughing. That is not nice. Ms. Bissessa and the UNC do something now about Susan Holder's behavior.
Valencia West Councillor Simon Gill said when the words were said, Chairman Jutram did nothing, as we hear in the recording.
What is that problem? How you put a law to finish Mr. Chairman with our racial floor? But who could use more racial slur than all you?
I did caution the alderman. I did caution the alderman about the language being used.
Oh, move, Satan, move.
Right? I did.
When it was brought to his attention that members were questioning what was said and we had issues with the statements what was said, we asked the chairman to be held to hold it to account. And his response was, I cautioned her. I cautioned her is not a valid answer or response to that racially charged and disgracefully motivated statement that was made.
The PNM councillors intend to file motions against the chairman and alderman in the next statutory meeting. Otto Carrington, CNC3 News.
Gone through, the police in a stew, and the talking heads will have a field day. But tell me, what are our social values? And tell me, how do we judge success? By a man's car, his clothes and his shoes. Man, that is how we measure progress. I see they building skyscraper, things of stone and steel, hoarding stacks of blue paper, things that men can steal, but no one takes the time, no time to build character. No, we're taking time, no time, building character, and that is we long for.
Mrs. Kamla Bissessa has been leading a quiet racial campaign for a very long time.
East Indian is 35.4%. If every single Indian voted for the UNC or for the partnership, they could never get the 51% required.
And in fact, the black man on the other side talked about...
They have their Oreo now. Who's their guy? At least I have a name for my ancestors. Where you got yours from? Your name is that of a slave master.
Walls of steel and stone, and now the talk is computer. Man surprised when the world shows no compromise. But that is the very road that we choose. So come on, make my days now in fashion.
All right, I'm ready to take your calls on 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791, 771-1791, and 466-5391. All right, so I ask you, be respectful. Anytime you go out of line, I will cut you off. Please be respectful and make your comments. That would not put the radio station in jeopardy, please. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Good afternoon to listeners and callers on 91.9 and Constructive Talk. This lady would have joined the list of persons of African descent who have self-hate. So you have to be hating yourself to be speaking so to another person of your own race. And it seems to be in the UNC. It appears that if you're a person of African descent or you're an African person, in order to be a part of the team and given an opinion, the nastier you are to people who look like you as an African person, like you get more accolades, like you feel like you'll be welcome more, that they will say, see, look at she really with we boy. You know, she talking about she own. It seems to be that because we saw Trinidad Killer, we don't say Anna Roberts, we don't hear David Naked, we just hear Rodney Charles, and the list goes on and we hear Jolene John. And now this woman would have added her voice there. And the thing about it, she's defiant even though she know what she did was wrong. We have evidence to show that that's how the UNC does behave in the corporation. She's saying that that's how the PNM does get on like that when they can't get away. We don't have any evidence of that. So if there's evidence of that, they should have brought it out. And let the political leader of the PNM or whoever is in charge at that level in the corporation have a conversation with these members who are behaving like that. However, that has not happened. All we can see is a UNC Council of African Descent behaving a particular way. And not only that, following her leader and not actually using the N-word and saying that's the behavior we just have. No, you see how life funny? If we were to say, I wouldn't say the whole word, so don't be worried about that. If we were to say when people of Indian descent, some of them behaving now when we say that have a sick behavior, you know, the whole place gone mad, but you know what? It's African state against another African, so them go work out that. And she's comfortable with that. It's very disgraceful, and I think that she should rethink her position and understand that there are people listening to her, there are children listening to her, and we have a society to build, and that kind of behavior is not what we need in this country, especially at this time. I just want to leave it there, but there's so much more I could say, Pastor Google. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much. All right, again to the numbers. You can call 342-0081, 342-0081, 771-1791. Again, I'm real serious. Anytime anybody go out of line, I'm taking you off. And even waiting to hear no apology or nothing, eh? Serious, because this is a very tense subject. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Yeah. I am getting fed up of when they insult African people and they telling black people, oh God, forget that and sit down, black boy, behave yourself. Pastor Google, if you is a bully, you have a bully in school bullying you every day and they just say, oh God, and everybody tell you, forget that. What did bully will continue doing, Pastor? Now the bully will continue bullying you and bullying everybody?
Yes, sir.
It is time we wake up and start to fight back and let them know it's not safe to say these kind of words. We fighting
right,
back
so
politically.
All right, so here what I want you to and I like how you say, I like how you say fight back or respond back, but I want, all right, so how would you go about recommending a solution to things like this? No,
right.
number one, we could ask for her to step down, but do you really think her stepping down is going to change
the narrative or what is going on?
Yeah.
Pastor Google, very good question. What I will say, Pastor Google, is we have to push for constitutional reform, legislative reform, to make racial and hate speech something illegal in this country. Because you cannot be continuing this kind of nastiness in a multi-ethnic society like this and always trying to bring down the African. And what? These Africans are now within the UNC. All you get, all you sell, all yourself, all your mother, all your father, all your grandparents' birthright for 30 pieces of silver. Because all you feel is I better than the rest of them. It's not I and we. When they say African people, they talk about all in a bunch. So Pastor Google, my solution is time to have an awakening, educate people, and get legislative reform to make these kind of dirty, nasty hate speeches something illegal across the board. Pastor Google, very good program. Keep up the awareness. I'll look on and listen, my brother. I'll call back later if there's anything. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, Pastor Google. I listen to what Jenny said, and I can see if you get into the next prime minister.
Yes.
And let me say, for argument's sake, you're saying that how the PNM is. Right. Let me leave it to. Other that you get into the next prime minister. Well, let me base yourself on a higher standard now. Because remember, you want to be the next prime minister. So you say the PNM doing that. Let me show them one way I won't go stoop low as them. I would not stoop low. Let the UNC show the PNM, they won't stoop low as the PNM. But that, especially how they tell us people very dormant or they triple or something. I just been listening, Pastor Google. The UNC fighting. Here they kind of worry, and it has reached down yet. Remember when this woman was they are the president when they went in after I think them interview the next day, the president swearing the next day or a couple of days after Dr. Rowley and them with the 2020 general election. Remember what this woman said to the president? He will fight. We're going in, but she said they will fight. So that the kind of war them going on with. You know, easy war. That is blood war. I listened the Monday Night Forum on this woman. I just listen when this woman makes her statements. Every time this woman makes her statement on the number on the Monday Night Forum, she does indicate. She ain't saying it coming out clear, but what she indicating, we're not giving up. No matter what, we will fight. I know what that fight meaning.
Well,
put it into context.
Well,
put it into context.
All right.
Put it into context.
Okay,
you understand what I'm talking about? And it's twice. My cousin had to come with interview on the same station. She was there this morning. That's your cousin Simone. She was there the last time interviewed this. I think it was you interviewed with the money thing. And that same corporation. But this morning, Sharon and I'm interviewer this morning. You understand? This UNC in for a war all again. It's a war, a real war. Talk about and they follow everything is the leader who encouraging that, the leader. Everything she say, they're going at that.
Okay,
it's a war, serious war.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still looking for solutions, eh? Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
This thing just keeps disintegrating and degrading itself into the most displeasurable kind of situation with this opposition in Trinidad and Tobago. Now, I just say everything does happen for a reason, and nothing doesn't happen just so. This is the culture of these people from long ago, Pastor Google. This thing started from in Baddest Marriage time, These people just insist on going down that negative and disruptive consciousness that they like to portray or even foster amongst themselves. You tell me we can't come together and work as human beings, all of us here on this planet as one, Because if you look at it, it's one earth. It didn't have an Indian earth, it didn't have an African earth, it didn't have a white man. It's one planet. But the kind of division that these sections keep pushing is only to the detriment of all of us. Because they feel that they're enjoying the best of it because they have all the money and they have all the resources, but Mother Nature taking a serious turn in the tail and they paying for it.
But I want a solution.
The solution, right? Because we cannot say you could pass laws before the people have to vote for the right institution, right? And this PNM institution is the only one that could actually do the good thing for Trinidad and Tobago. Everybody else look like they're following some foreign agenda or some external influence that governing their characteristics and their behavior. Because look at this Cambridge Analytica thing. Was that totally Trinidad and Tobago? That's a total lie. There's somebody else pulling the strings of the UNC, Mr. Duke, and all of these trade unionists that keep disrupting the comfortable state of Trinidad and Tobago.
All right, thank you very much. Ellen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Hi, good afternoon.
Pastor Google, what I have to say, Dr. Rowley, we're standing up with you. We're going right through with you. We're putting God first and you. And after you, we will right behind you. Okay? Stay strong, Pastor. Stay strong, Dr. Rowley. Stay strong. God is the boss. Put God first and after you. You understand? And we're standing by you. God bless you, my Prime Minister. Stay safe in Jesus' name. Amen and amen.
Leadership gone through.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
I hear you say you're asking for solution, but I want to know why it's only we have to find solution for their problems, because they create any problem, but they always asking me to find solution for their problems. But why they always keeping black to the bottom? So home by me, I fly him a flag and I turn it around. It's black, white, and red. I ain't going red, red, white, and black. I put it back on top. And what I'm saying, white in the middle, the Americans, the first inhabitant, the American was red Indian. So I put it that way. So I have black on top, white, and then them, the red Indian. Thanks.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, tell me something. Where are the so-called civil society groups like XNTNC and all the women of letters now? What are they saying about this? Why are they silent? What about those intellectuals like this gentleman for James and all those so-called pseudo intellectuals that they have in this country? Why are they very silent on this thing? This is basically like when the goodly opposition leader tell Cameron Robertson Regents about her slave name and people condoning the opposition leader's speech. But I think the solution to this is for the people to go to local election and give the government a huge mandate. I think legislation will help. I think the mindset of the people will be right thinking. This country has to give the government a huge majority in the upcoming local government elections. That's my take that in Pastor Google. You have a good day.
All right, thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Pastor Google, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
All right, I do call the station, but I'm an ardent listener. What I am looking at, I'm not hearing the very influential Indian people in society saying anything. I am not hearing the religious leaders saying anything.
Well, I've been calling on them, sir.
So I don't know what is going on. They seem to like what is going on. But had it been on the other side, you don't know what happened already.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Oh, yes.
So we living in a real false society, You tell me none of the religious leaders can call and say nothing. But that is why this thing is continuing like this. I just get fed up and sick, Pastor Google, good day.
Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, Pastor Google. And good afternoon to your listeners, callers, and viewers of 91.9. And the Christmas list continues, Pastor. Denny, Sao, Naked.
Are you listening?
It just continues. It just continues. It's not going to stop. And you see, once there's no consequence, and you see, if even there has to be legislation, it may require a special majority. Yes? And you're not going to win that. So therefore, our legal heads have to get together and perhaps come up with a watered-down version and legislate it through the parliament in order to have some sort of effect. I don't know how to do that. They, Faraz Alwari and Amor and they will have to get together, their legal heads together, and come up with a solution. Because you see, they are given license to say, words put on the ground, words put on the table, you can't come and retract it. That's it, it's already there. And when Miss Holder used her words, you could, if you hear the words, it came from the bottom of her gut. It didn't just spew out just like that. She wanted to say that. She knew what she was saying. And she even defended it by saying, if most they could do is put me in court, I give me a pre-action protocol letter, and I know how to defend that. She said so. You understand? So she knew what she was going to say, in other words then. It didn't just come out just like that. She knew what she had to say, and she knew what she wanted to say, and she said it. Just like all the others. They sit down and they write their words, they study the words, and then they spew it out. When a man could call leaders of our country, and I said this on your station before, in Sibid, you know what? And there's no consequence to that. And he is one of those people who is bidding to formulate, legislate laws for you and I. Then we know we're in trouble. I told you that before. And these are people, look at where they sit, Pastor. You're in a council meeting.
And that's how you be. You have to call me back. I'm going for
sure.
Some answer and come back. All right. Thank you very much.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street. 919 FM.
Shalom. The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yohana will be on the street 91.9 FM every Monday from 7:05 p.m. to 8 p.m. bringing you the truth according to the Bible. The ISUPK is a non-profit faith-based community organization that will respond to the plagues that's affecting blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. We also have programs such as education, both adult and youth, food distribution, rehabilitation, both drug and alcohol, mentoring, counseling, and spiritual support. Remember, tune in every Monday on 91.9 FM, 7:05 p.m. Shalom.
Every Friday, it's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays with MC Duke and Selector Kochi from 6 straight to 9 p.m. blazing all the latest and past soca hits. So remember, make it a line, make it a day, rock and come in, you know. It's all about Fire Mood Soca Fridays on the street 919 FM. You don't know.
In Trinidad and Tobago, there are so many things to talk about. Social issues, injustice, child abuse, domestic violence, political scandals, and much more. On HOTP, we will cover all that and much more. Don't forget, you can catch us every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday nights from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. on Facebook and Instagram. Hot off the press. Hot topics, no filter.
Reggae Rock Sundays featuring MC Duke and Selector Kutchi present Reggae and Rockers. On board the Embassy Yacht on September 24th, Republic Night. Boarding 10 p.m. and sailing at 11 p.m. at the Hyatt Waterfront in Port of Spain. Get your reggae groove on. with top DJs Selecta Kachi, Bruce Wayne, TC, and Heavy Duty. Early bird tickets cost $150. After that, you pay more, $175. For tickets, call Selecta Kachi at 777-7909 and MC Duke at 349-4121. Reggae and Rockers Republic Night. No oversized coolers allowed. Don't miss it.
Looking for me in a reggae party, me the
Hi, Trinidad and Tobago. This is yours truly, Pastor Charles, streaming live from Port of Spain, Trinidad, Marvel Road, 91.9. Our services start from 12 midnight to 5 a.m. in the morning from the first, the second, and last Wednesday of the month. We are going to have a TRME time in the presence of God. We will be praying, praise God, for our nation. We'll be praying for families. We'll be praying for those that are sick and those that are in need. Tune in to the best station, 91.9 FM Street Live, Port of Spain, Maribel.
If you're experiencing pain, constipation, headaches, poor blood circulation, high or low blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, swollen or darkened feet, come visit us at Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle offer a wide range of services. Come and experience our new 3D analyzer, which allows you to have a look inside your body. We also provide live blood analysis, iridology, ionic foot detox with foot soak and foot massage, aquatherapy, full body massage, and organic supplements on sale such as Nano Silver, Nano Zinc, Body Light, cold pressed sesame oil, and more. Health and Wealth Lifestyle, located at number 73 Eastern Main Road, Barataria, opposite Eastern Credit Union. For more information, call 275-8359 or 288-1108.
Join Nicole Huggins for Health and Wealth Lifestyle Tuesday morning from 11:05 to 12 noon. Right here on the street, 919 FM.
Good about I'm looking like it real bad.
Are you ready for that boat experience again? The Sea Champion and the Embassy say book with us for that unforgettable boat ride experience. Sea Champion leaving from King's Wharf, San Fernando, and the Embassy leaving from Breakfast Shed, Port of Spain, or Westside Trinidad. For more information, call 399-5959, 281-4723, or email us at coralvisiontT@gmail.com. Book now and reserve your cruise.
Hey, that boat, I look like it's as well. Going out and bad the people better we cause them trouble.
This is Bishop Aaron Williams from the Divine Problem Solving International Ministries, inviting you to be part of our broadcast on any given Thursday night from 12 midnight right on to 5 a.m. on Friday morning. And this broadcast is called Early Morning Gospel Market Program. Then we have on Tuesday from 12 noon to 1 p.m. the Holy Ghost Gospel Pharmacy. If you are sick and ill and you can get from this particular pharmacy, from the pharmacist, the good things of life. Hallelujah. And any Saturday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon, break into the host of the Philistines. Hallelujah. If you are sick and tired of being sick and tired, hearing the babel of false doctrines that you encounter daily, it's about time you get close to God. God's word direct from his throne room in the name of Jesus.
God has good plans for his people. Why do you worry so much?
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio. Get in touch with God. Turn your radio on.
You are invited to join Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson of the Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center, located at number 399 Eastern Main Road, Guayco in Sangre Grande, for the Old Time Gospel Hour Family Radio Ministry every Sunday from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., to the Children's Hour Worship Ministry of the Word and the Family Forum every Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m., The Law and You, and every Friday evening from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m., All Night Prayer Live, designed with you in mind. This program deals with today's issues from a biblical perspective. You will also be given the opportunity to call in and interact with us. Micah 6:8 says, He hath showed thee, O man, what is good, and what doeth the Lord require of thee, but to do justly and to love mercy and walk humbly with thy God. Your financial support through the First Citizens Bank will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222. For further information, call 753-1113 or email us at church668hope@gmail.com.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
On this morass of moral decay, leadership gone through, the police in a stew, and the talking heads will have a field day. But tell me, what are our social values? And tell me, how do we judge success? By a man's car, his clothes and his shoes. Man, that is how we measure progress. I see they building skyscraper, things of stone and steel, hoarding stacks of blue paper, things that men can steal, but no one takes the time, no time to build character. No, we're taking time, no time building character, and that is we long for. Oh yeah. Empires of old with their silver and gold, now mere footnotes on a history page. The Colosseums of Rome with all their columns and domes are memories of a bygone age. Listen, the Greeks and Romans had their orgies, days and nights cavorting in lust, but soon to plagues of locusts and disease, they were crumbling into dust. Yet we building skyscraper, walls of steel and stone, and now the talk is computer. Man even making clone, but no one taking time, no time to build character. No, we're taking time, no time to build character, and that is we done for.
All right, I'm taking your calls. I'm back with you. 3420081.
We teach children from small.
3420081 7711791.
There's no consolation when you
and 4665391.
rise, when the world shows no compromise.
So as I said, I want solutions. Tell me, how can we deal with this situation? Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Caller. Hello, good. All right, you're not there.
Meet the hangman with no remorse. But we building skyscraper, walls of steel and stone using 9mm to cross pulp and bone, but no one taking time, no time to build character. No.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon, Uncle Stillen.
Peace and blessing, greetings. Pastor Google, you see where it reached to? That some people could say what they want in Trinidad and Tobago and Trinidad and Tobago, and others can't. Yeah, Pastor Google. This thing started, Pastor Google, that you are saying it are people in this nation believe Trinidad and Tobago belongs to them and them alone. Yeah, this thing started off in the parliament at Trinidad and Tobago with people representing as government ministers in the parliament, Pastor Google, this thing started. And you see where it reached, Pastor Google. I tell you, when you're boiling peas, half cover the pot, because when the peas start to boil, it will boil over and throw off the cover. And this is what happening here, Pastor Google. The pot have been boiled over, the cover have been fall off, so everybody believe that they could say what they want to say to another race of people in Trinidad and Tobago. And that's where it end up to where, Pastor Google. It's so sad to know and so sad to hear, because I tell you, Pastor Google, about the type of people that we have to deal with in Trinidad and Tobago. The Prime Minister, Dr. Williams, named them. Mr. Patrick Manning, come and tell me about these people, Pastor Google. And what we just do, Pastor Google, no, don't say that, don't say this, don't say the other. But everybody else could say what they want about African people in Trinidad and Tobago. Why you feel they're so bold-faced to come out and say what they had to say? Pastor Google, I'm tired and fed up of citizens of Trinidad and Tobago, especially my people, Pastor Google. Yeah, because we just try to cover down everything. Yeah, and when we cover it down, people just come out and say what they want about us. Pastor Google, you have a peaceful day, a blessed evening, and you just take your nation's road, please, because it's raining. Have a pleasant evening, Pastor Google. Thanks for the time.
Thank you very much.
Progress. I see them building skyscraper, things of stone and steel, hoarding stacks of blue paper, things that men can steal, but no one takes the time, no time to build character. No, we're taking time.
Hello, good afternoon. You're sounding very soft. No, you're sounding very, very far.
Yeah, man.
I hear you now.
Yes. We didn't have an election that people called for recently.
Yeah.
People called for election. They got an election. They lost. Right? We installed government in this country by election.
Yeah.
Right? So I cannot understand what they're trying to push. And this kind of thing about let us form ourselves in a group, and the police supposed to be asking people questions. Right? Not only that, the religious leaders in this country, in my respective view, as everybody is so silent.
Why?
They're compromised.
Why you think that everybody is so silent?
Because people have become political. A church, a mindir, a mosque, or should not be political.
All right. So okay, but okay. There are some of them who are political, like me, and there are some who are not.
All right.
There are some who they don't partake in the politics at all, and there are many of them out there. You know what? And I'll tell you what I think is the problem. Right? We're discussing something here. You know what's the problem?
Yeah.
It's political awareness. You don't have to be a part of something to be aware of what is going on in the sphere of it. If you catch where I'm going.
I catch where I'm going.
So I'm not into the politics. No, listen, I'm not into the politics, but I'm aware of.
Yeah.
I'm aware of the dynamics of what is happening because it's public. I look at the news every night as a bishop, as a pastor, as an apostle, and lo and behold, I'm looking at the news and I'm hearing a woman calling people by the N-word. She belongs to a political entity. Don't you think that it is right for you to come out as a bishop or apostle and say to that political entity, you all need to refrain or stop your people?
Yes, but you see, let me reveal myself, right? I'm also a pastor, right?
Okay.
Now, you find issues. I listen to issues and I support issues.
Right.
Right? That's how I support things.
Thank you.
If in time past I've supported the UNC because of their policies and the issues, right? After I recognized they were going on a particular road, and because of my moral standing and principles and what have you, I said, no, I cannot support that.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So I pulled back from that. Right. I listened to what the PNM have to say and the issues and so forth. And I took a decision and said, I can support that.
Right.
You understand me?
Yes.
So this is my approach, and this has been my people approach. We listen to issues and we support you based on that. Now, every religious leader, you might have a preference in terms of a party or what have you, but when it comes to morality, when it comes to truth, when it comes to fairness, when it comes to all these things, that's a different ballgame.
Thank you. And Pastor, listen to me. Listen to me. We be talking here. Constructive talk. Listen to this. Now, how can I, and this is me, you might be different, but if I realize you could lie for small things to try to make somebody look bad or to justify your position, you can come on public radio and lie and say that the Prime Minister now would have never supported the Independence Day, the 50th anniversary. But then now when we do our research and we find out that he was in the parade, how am I now supposed to trust you with bigger things?
No, I cannot. I cannot, because if in small things you're going to behave that way, in bigger things you will also behave that way. And this one thing, we have those who believe in the Bible that speaks to morality and so forth. Those who believe in the Quran speak to morality. Those who believe maybe in the Gita that speaks to morality and what have you. And if people are saying they believe in these things, when time to come and now speak up about these things, how come everybody's so silent?
I don't know.
It shows, therefore, that what takes precedent in these people's life, you understand me, is either a grouping. For instance, where, as one person asked on your program a while ago, where the Indian people speak, and where the Christian Indian, where the Muslim Indian, where the Hindus and them who stand for certain righteousness, where are they? How come they're not saying anything about this kind of behavior? Right? And sadly also, where is Mr. Cambon in all of this? Right? Because Mr. Cambon also supposed to now come out and say, hey, you see that? Stop that thing what really going on there.
Thank you.
So, Kasaguru, continue to do the good work, brother.
Yes.
You understand?
Keep praying for me.
I will. Trust me.
Yes.
I will, brother. Shalom. Bless.
Thank you very much.
Listen, the Greeks and Romans had their orgies.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Hello. Caller. Okay, you're not ready. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Bo. How are you?
I am okay, sir. You're breaking up. I don't know what's happening with you. Where you are, the rain is falling or what? Hello? You're breaking up real bad, brother.
You know, you can hear me now?
A little better.
All right. So here my take on this thing. I think the reason why they are just in silence on some of these religious groups and stuff, and the organization, people already.
Caller, I think you had to call me back. You had to call me back. I don't know what's going on with your phone line. Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Pastor Guru.
Good afternoon,
I'm
ma'am.
saying, listen,
and to your listening audience. Pastor Google, I have my solution is I want to draw a reference. When in the States, when President Obama and Mr. John McCain were running for president, I remember Mr. McCain had a town hall meeting, and same with the floor open for people to give their opinions. And this lady stood up and started to talk about Obama. She don't trust him, and he's a Muslim and what. And Mr. McCain went up to her and he said, "No, ma'am, no." And he took the mic from her and said, "Mr. Obama, we might have our differences, but he's a good man. He's a family man." And I think that is what a leader is supposed to do. And if Ms. Bissessa called herself the political leader of the UNC, if she had stood up to her senators and when they started to talk those rubbish, then they would know how to conduct themselves. And she would have set an example as a leader. So what's going on here now, to me, my opinion, listening to her on her forums and so, she's encouraging it. And if she don't break it, then who else could? Because everybody on her party will side with her. And on the PNM side, they will say the PNM is against. So she has to stand up as a leader and act the role as a leader, which she's not doing. Okay, Pastor Gula?
Yes, ma'am.
So thank you.
Thank you very much for your contribution. Hello, good afternoon. Okay. Caller? All right. Callers, when you call and you get through, you could go ahead, All right. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon, sir.
Pastor Google, I'm listening and I hear all the angry and the concerned voices of our people. But if I could engage in a slight bit of victim blaming here, Pastor Google, you know why these people do what they do and say what they say with impunity? It's because we have been, I don't know if we are made docile or if it's in our genes that as African people we are naturally docile.
Well, that's what the young people are saying, The young people, I spoke to some youths yesterday, and while talking with them, one of them said to me, they said that the reason why these people are doing or saying these things about us is because we never stood up.
Right, but this is the thing, Pastor Google. Now, to every one of us who is conscious, there's probably about 3 or 4 who isn't. When you add the multiplier effect to that, right, there may be a Juliet Davy, there may be a Aisha Wells, there may be a Pastor Google, there may be a Sharon Felix and Bruce and Dominic. But then you put the multiplier effect to that to everyone who isn't conscious, to each person, and see how much numbers we're talking about, Pastor Google. The problem we have is that it's not only that we are not conscious, it's the fact that we do not exercise personal responsibility as African people. By that I mean, we speak, we cry. We speak, we cry. We speak, we cry, we request. And nobody is going to make a move. I was speaking to a very respectable caller this station via Facebook the other day, just in the comment section. And I spoke about forming an organization. Very respectful lady, very respectable lady. And she expressed why she is averse to forming a group. So what happened is that we had bad experiences in forming the Black Caucus. We had bad experiences with the guy from UWI who ran 3 Sundays back talking Dr. Rowley, what's his name? Selwyn Kojo. 3 Sundays before emancipation. He ran 3 columns every Sunday, I think it was, back talking Dr. Rowley. And we have so much bad experiences now with these groups that what happens is that we become very averse to forming proper groups to represent our interests. I keep on saying this, and I remember when Aisha came on your program, and I used that particular time. That could be 3 to 4 months ago. I keep using that particular day when she came and she shared this program with you, and we were speaking about forming a group. And I asked myself where we at on that. You see what I'm saying, Pastor Go? So these people will continue doing what they do. And I keep hearing people saying, Miss Kamala had to do this, and Saddam have to do this, and Naked had to do this. They would not do nothing. Because the groups that represent them, they had personal responsibility for themselves. And they represent themselves. If I come out there on the public and I say what these people say about African people, but towards Indian people, you will hear in the morning, these people will be stinging me. I'm speaking very seriously to my African people. We have been given excuse after excuse after excuse to form organizations that represent us, right? And we are falling down on the job. Stop asking Kamala to change. Kamala won't change. Stop asking Naki to change. Stop asking Saddam Hussein to change. We are too irresponsible, Pastor Google. And today should be the day we decide to ourselves, use our platforms, whatever separate platform we have, to form an organization that just represents our interest in the public. When these people come, we have an outcry. And we call them out because Selwyn Kojo isn't going to do it. Kafra Tambon isn't going to do it. They're busy begging the government for things that the government can't give them. And Sir Roger isn't going to do it. And he said wearing this African suit all about the place isn't going to do it. Stop crying. We're too docile, Pastor Google. Too docile. Hundreds of years, these people do us what they want. Have a good day, Pastor Google. Please get them to your home safely.
Yeah, man. All right, let's take this call. Hello, good afternoon. Hello. Brooklyn, you gone? I say Brooklyn and Steve. Let me take some voice notes, eh? Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Google.
How are you going?
I am good. I listened to the last caller. He made a lot of sense. But let us confront this particular issue as it comes before us. A big part of the problem is that too many of us do not stand in defense of our position as a race of freed people. And by and large, our support for our people, to a large extent, it is divided, you know. As he said, as he refers to Kojo, yeah, on the eve of Emancipation Day, Kojo had nasty things to say about Dr. Lowry. Yeah, he's right. 3 straight Sundays. Failed leader, failed leader, failed leader. And that's 1. 2, look at the lady in the Sangre Corporation who said what she did. She's like us. She's like us. And do you know in that, I don't know if you checked, you saw it on the news or heard him or whatever, but do you know the other day in that big march with the unions in Port of Spain, it was a few weeks ago, do you know that Michael Anizet referred to Dr. Rowley as Black Trump? Black Trump. Imagine that. This is coming from a black man, eh? It's coming from an African man, referring to an African leader of this country. And he associates him with Donald Trump. He calls him Black Trump. He refers to him as Black Trump. Now, what do you think about that? You see, when we think about those things, we realize that as a people, it's very sad to have to say this, but we don't stand strong for what we believe in and in defense of our people. It's almost as if we are wounded. It's almost as if we are afraid to take a stand in defense of blackness and Africanness and our heritage. The Indians stand up for their heritage. They stand up for, but what about us? You see, the UNC always knows, You know, there's that term, you are a pastor. You know the term, the song, What a Friend We Have in Jesus. The UNC always knows as a party that they could look to us for divided loyalty. They could always look to us to give them an extra 250 votes to win in St. Joseph, La Joqueta, Talparo, Tunapuna, San Luis. They always know that, you know. But what we should know, and the evidence proves it over the years, We could never bank on them to give us 250 votes to win in St. Joseph, Tunapuna, Grandi, and Lahoketa Del Palo. They will always stand up for their party, their Indian party. They will never give PNM, they will never tilt their votes in PNM because their votes never move. But our votes are always mobile. And this is the first thing we have to examine. Why is it that we, to a large extent, why is it that we always up for grabs? Why always other races always know they can lean on us for support against our own? You will call Dr. Rowley Black Trump? You as a black man calling him Black Trump? I mean, where do we get off, man? Thanks for allowing me to make this contribution.
Magnum logic, attack with full force. Now the children kill without compassion and go to meet the hangman with no remorse. But we building skyscraper, walls of steel and stone using 9mm to cross pulp and bone, but no one taking time, no time to build character, no one.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. I remember in 1990 when I hid all the milk. I went back and see here the child came from milk. And when the people really get milk, the man with all the milk over there, we hiding it. Right? But don't forget that. Don't forget. Man who hide all the milk, he last 2 weeks after.
All right. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor.
Good afternoon.
The last two callers, not this last one here, but the two before them, they explained exactly where the problem is. But we're looking for solutions. And to begin with, especially in the short-term solution, all the African people in the UNC and the Indian people in the PNM had to stand up and condemn situations like that, speeches like that. And unless and until that happens, the leaders of the parties would not recognize, especially in the case of the UNC, they all could say what they want about Kamala. Kamala ain't doing nothing, because she is the chief cook and bottle washer when it comes to a situation like that. She will pretend she ain't even here, much less to tell them about it. And as a matter of fact, she'll be happy when they do it. They bring a fellow named Denny on the platform to make an erroneous statement that some was named the former Minister of National Security told him to get rid of the Indians and the SIA. You understand? And they applaud those things. They applaud and about every week or whenever he does have his program and whatever. They just support it. So don't expect her to condemn it. The only time she will feel the backlash of that is when the people themselves in the party, whether it be Obika and all the other Julian and all these people, start condemning it and threaten her to let her know, listen, if you don't deal with this, we out. You understand? And even the Indians and the PNM, if they don't do something about it, they just sit down those sides. And in my opinion, you come like you agree, you have to speak out, and that is when it will start to unravel, and then we could do something about it. But as it is right now, it will remain just so. Because Tamla knows all the noise that Peters make is just noise. The Indian people still going and vote for them, and the Africans who dislike or who they encourage to be disgruntled against the PNM will turn on and vote for them. They have none to lose, not acting. So they will continue as long as nobody does anything about it. Thank you.
All right, it's now 1:30. Continue to take your calls. Brooklyn, I don't know what's going on with you, but I'll take some voice notes.
Good day to you, Pastor Google. My parents always say, correct thing is to lead by example. You don't just say, do this, do that, and you doing differently. That's like, you're telling that child, don't smoke, eh? It's not good to smoke. Not good to, but you're sending the child to buy cigarette. You understand? The leader, not lead by no example. She speaks loosely, she acts loosely when she's ready. So if I'm watching you and you're my leader, well, and you doing that, well, I could do it too, it's the right thing. You understand? But again, class is class, you know. Yeah? Have a good day. And Pastor Google, over time, things have been said about us, things have been done to us, and you know what we say? Go study them, man, from Sat, go back. Nobody, he's an old fool, don't worry him, man.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Hello, Pastor Google.
Good afternoon.
How are you? How are you doing this fantabulous, splendiferous, marvelous, tremendiferous, fantastic day, Pastor Google?
I'm doing well.
Pastor Google, I want to agree with a caller that says he called, he disagreed that Anisette called Dr. Rowley the Black Trump. Right? I don't think so. However, Pastor Google, what I would like Dr. Rowley to do is do something what Donald Trump did. Donald Trump had a platinum plan for black people in the United States of America if he got reelected. What is the plan that Dr. Rowley have in Trinidad and Tobago for the black people with respect to economic development, economic empowerment, economic inclusion, and access to capital for black people and black businesses in Trinidad and Tobago? So he's absolutely right. You know, I totally disagree with Anisette. But Pastor Google, I want to say something, right? I listened to what the UNC person said there, and it was totally uncalled for, and she needs to apologize for that statement. But Pastor Google, you may not be aware of this. There is something happening in a Rima Maloney constituency with Mr. Jelani Isaac Reed and Mrs. Atia Shawana Thomas. And let me read it. I'm reading quickly. The Junior Chamber International. This is a public disclaimer that's in the newspaper. Public disclaimer. Junior Chamber International, JCI Port of Spain, wishes to advise that Mr. Jelani Isaac Reed and Mr. Tia Shawana Thomas are no longer authorized to conduct any negotiation or business transactions on behalf of the organizations. Pastor Google, I haven't heard, listen carefully, I haven't heard any PNM people calling for the two of them to step down. How come they're calling for the UNC person to step down? I agree with that, right? Because of a statement. But listen to this, we have a public disclaimer in the newspaper, and PNM people silent. The Aruka Maloney constituency is silent. Where is the MP for Aruka Maloney on this? Where is the executives for the Aruka Maloney on this, Pastor Google? You see, Pastor Google, I've said it, and I'm going to close with this. We have to stop being PNM and HDD that are hypocritical, deceitful, and disingenuous. We have to stop that, and we have to call a spade in order to make the party a better party. Pastor Google, you have a splendiferous, marvelous rest of the day. Talk to you later.
They were crumbling into dust, yet we building skyscraper, walls of steel and stone, and now the talk is computer. Man even making clone, but no one taking time, no time to build character.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Just tuned in and happened to hear the last caller that you played the applause for, and hear this gentleman. And I'm taking away from this that this had something to do with the consular in Uganda. and a statement that she made. If you come to tell me about two people, how these two people have, and you can't tell me what these two people say. All you can tell me is an article on the paper stating that these two people are not representing. He didn't tell me that are not on the PNM, what constituency away. So what it is he wants me to do? Since you read an article in the paper that I didn't see, and you want me to make noise on behalf of two people because a black, and you know what they telling me this morning, Pastor Google? Oh, it was an East Indian person say that they hear riot this morning. And they ain't taking my call because this is on an East Indian radio station. I don't expect no East Indian to kick against what she said. Right? Because they in support of what she said. Anybody have a call and oppose would be me and Eric. So I'm trying to understand where it is the HG highly done. Because you want to tell me we see in HG, but apparently his intelligence is in HB. Highly done. To come to compare the disrespect of this lady towards my community, to tell me about two people that I don't know where they come from, where they is, all I have is the name. Pastor Google, thank you very much. Wall Street man, stay under the pavement and no call. Right? You don't call. You stay under the pavement. I don't understand all that logic. All in America contributes nothing to Trinidad and Tobago. But just call you every day to tell me about Trump. Trump had to answer some question right now for taking documents and carrying it home. But you want me to, anything that is immoral, apparently, the people who support the UNC, because I want to tell me, the march this morning down south is good enough because compared to the march in town, people life in danger. The march in south, them people up there ain't robbing nobody and killing nobody. So it's all right to burn the road. I ain't agree with it, you know. But because of the difference in the location, they are going to take it down south. So it's all right when Indian people protest. And when black people protest are inconveniencing everybody. The people that protest the other day in the Scapayan dealers, when they had the poll, everybody was against them. But now that a group of UNC people is protesting, nobody have a problem. And up to now, and you even notice, there's only one corporation keeps singing a song. They get 35% or less than 50% of their budget. If they had gone to the meeting with Alwari, they'd have been able to tell me I'll apply, and you could apply for $1 million. And if I don't have $1 million and you could only get 500,000, like what the state have, so you didn't tell me what you applied for, and you didn't tell me what the allocation towards you was. Whether or not you get the allocation.
I want to stay on the topic because I'm going to end just now, and I really want to get solutions to the topic that I bring across today.
The solution to that is for the lady to go home. The council has the authority to give that lady a few days off. That is the solution to the problem.
Thank you.
Wall Street, you get away. You have to stop giving people food and talking about it. Get away.
In a stew, and the talking heads will have a field day. But tell me, what are our social values? And tell
Good
me
afternoon, Pastor. Good afternoon, Pastor Google, and to listeners. I think, we hold the consumer power. And I think if we get together, this is the problem. If most of us, you even get old, get together and ban going to people who seemingly are making these remarks, we got to cut down their the consumer power that they have over, because part of racism is having an empowerment over another race. So if we could take a stand and ban products, ban eating and buying from places of those, I mean, I know it may not be a solution, but it is a start, a beginning. Unfortunately, that might lead to being apartheid or segregation part. But we need to look and do something, and I think this is one way.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, I think the reason why there's a lot of silence between religious leaders and African people, I think because they tell themselves that they eat a lot of food under the Kamala administration from 2010 to 2015. Right? And I'll tell you an example. There are some black people who still see Donald Trump as the best thing since sliced bread. right? Look what's going on with Mr. Trump right now. And there's still have people supporting him. Why is that? Is it because we like to be abused too much? We like abuse so much? That we support people who don't like us? It has to be some psychological thing, you know, Pastor Google. I'm just trying to understand it. It just don't add up.
All right.
Apparently we just like abuse. You have a good day.
All right, caller. Thank you very much. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon again, Pastor Google. One of the biggest problems to us not being able to get a solution is that people are not willing to admit that racism exists in Trinidad and Tobago. We have grown so accustomed and acclimatized state that when people say things that in other countries will be considered racist, we just say that small thing, don't worry about that. We have to get to a place to understand that these things, like what that counselor said, it doesn't matter that she's an African saying it. Her statement is racist because what you're doing is saying a certain group of people of African descent, and because they say that PNN people is African people, that if they talk out about anything, they get along with a particular behavior, and you classify what that behavior is. And the behavior and the name that you give to it is a negative connotation coming out of enslavement. So these things that we have gotten accustomed to it, and because you have gotten accustomed to it, that our skin gets so thick that we just pass it over and just say that small thing, and that is one of the main problems. We have to admit racism exists, and we have to look at it and speak about it and stop being afraid. That's another one. African people in this country is afraid that if they speak out, that people will say we causing problem, because the Indian persons will continue to operate from a place that them as a victim and we doing them something and we against them. They have been acclimatized to that and trained to behave like that. And we, because we always like to keep peace, and we have always been burdened with keeping peace, we just stay quiet to allow peace to happen. And we are afraid that if we say something, something will happen. But we cannot continue being abused, whether it's by our own persons or people of other ethnic groups. Because when we do it to them, because they say we are racist to them, when we do it, they are outspoken. And everybody has to listen. We have to move to a place where we stop feeling guilty as African people about speaking out against racism against us. It doesn't matter if it's African people doing it. And we need to understand that. And once you can get to that place, the healing will start and the solutions will come. In the absence of that, this is just talk. I will talk, everybody else will talk. Nothing will come out of it. We have to admit we have a problem. And what is the problem? And African people have to need to stop being afraid to call in a spade a spade. That ain't going to cause no riot in this country. What it will do will make people of India listen, realize, listen, we have to stop this, you know, because this can't continue. But anytime we keep still, we always afraid. Because you see this, oh God, no, it is song. You see that? Because when they say it, they don't care how it's sung. So we need to be honest with ourselves and stop being afraid. That is one of the solutions. Thanks, Pastor.
Things that men can steal, but no one takes the time, no time to build character. No, we're taking time, no time building character, and that is we don't fall.
Mr. Wall Street.
Empires of old with their
Pastor Grogu, good day. Let the Prime Minister only come up and say something towards that. And if he only talk serious and put them in their place, we bet you go hear some of them jumping up and ball the Prime Minister. He's the Prime Minister. So he not supposed to say nothing like that. And he not supposed to say this or to say that. But let me tell you something, it's he to talk for us. Right? And what I can't understand too, the East Indian people, they will say, I don't like it, but they will never come out in the open. Right? And tell the public, oh, let's stop that. Let us live together, you know, and stop calling one another name. Right? Anything the Prime Minister say, they're coming down on his back. But when the East Indians say something, or somebody in the African thing say something about people that would, from the UNC, say something, they will never. Yeah, like what? Yes, Pastor Google. What I'm saying is that Dr. Keith Christopher Rowley, our Prime Minister, good afternoon, by the way, just say something.
From the time that man talk, all of them, the media, people in high places, everybody ready to come down on this man back. But they will call the president all kind of name. They will call us all kind of dirty and filthy name, right? And yet still, nobody will say nothing. The media spreading it all across the place, like they like what they say to us. But God alone know, you know. God alone know. One day, somebody could go crazy in this place, right? Concerning these certain name they're calling people. And yet still, some of the African people here will still see they're going there. Because you know why? They don't care about their name. They don't care about if people dirty their name and say something about them. They will still put their finger for them. Because why? One reason, they could get something. We others get from them. You know, that is all let us think about. But they wouldn't think about the good name. But let neighbor in the village custom and tell them you sting this and you sting that. We bet they will want to do the neighbor something. Right? Because they know they have nothing to get from the neighbor. Right? So some of we African people will be thinking about is we getting. Right?
Good afternoon, Pastor. You can chip and support the people. We want to be black people, but we let them follow us and keep them. We serve so well, and you're always laughing at me, boy. If we have a curse, a jump, we have a way, boy. Black people are game, boy. You fight, don't know one another, and you're always laughing at me. Sure, man.
Hello, good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon, Pastor Google. Pastor Google, you hear the naughty professor again? Trump did it, so Dr. Oli should do that. So Dr. Oli must follow and go through Trump's thing and look for things that he do for black people and do his see. You have to be a really naughty professor. Well, 2 different countries, 2 different cultures, 2 different everything, but follow everything Trump do. Trump was a total failure now. Well, I don't want to say the rest. But Pastor Google, let me ask you a question. I'm asking you this question personal. You think that if it was on a PNM council and a PNM meeting in the thing there that said something like that, you don't think that you'd have that would be on the news right through and they'd have get somebody from ex-minister and this ex-person and thing to talk on that and what Dr. Rowley should be doing, how he should act, who to fire, who to change. And Dr. Rowley did. You not be hearing that? And all them radio station and TV station?
Loud and clear.
And I'm saying that when the family day and the constituency and them, they have competition, so everybody prepare the thing there on the side. Nobody leak out nothing to nobody to see because you want to execute the competition on the day. And the people then from, what it was, Tabakit, that these people come out and they execute the thing there. They put the blame squarely on Dr. Rowley. And it was a thing, and the Hindu this and the Hindu that and all kind of thing. And Dr. Rowley, they put the blame on Dr. Rowley, and Dr. Rowley is the leader, and he should be thinking all these people talking on this radio station and they're calling this one to get his views. And what did Dr. Rowley do? Even then he spoke to the Hindu leaders in the religion, and not just here one, but he spoke to a couple of them to hear their views on it. And then he made a statement on it. And the ignorance of people thing, and he didn't make those things. But you think Kamala Prasad Sessa going to get involved in that?
Well, let's see now.
No, but I betting anybody who want to bet me that Kamala would never come out and do like what Dr. Rowley do to say, well, you know, so and so the case and whatever it is, and people must be more sensitive to other people's religion. You know,
all right.
Something sober. She would never do that.
All right, thank you. Hello, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon, Pastor Google. How you doing?
I am all right, so how are you?
I'm good. I want to just put my little input because the question you asked is where is the church leaders, where is the church and all of this work going on, right? And I want to say that a lot of work going on in the country where people tend to blame the government, it have a lot to do as you call out the church leaders in the country. Because, Pastor Google, I want to say, the power of God is supposed to be power over everything, over politics, over everything. And if these churches really believe in the power of God, then they would have believed in the people. the churches is disconnected from the people, and that is the reason why the people are acting like they're going astray, Pastor Google. Because if the church becomes connected to the people of the country again, then you will see a different behavior of the people. Politics, we all continue to blame politics on side. But when you really check it out, the church are there to do the work of the Lord. The work of the Lord is supposed to have to do with the people of the country that the churches are in. And because they are not connected to these people, this is the results we are facing today, Pastor Gindo. So I just wanted to put that little thing in there. You know, we continue to look at politics only, but as I say, the church is supposed to be bringing the power of the Lord to the people. And because we are not getting that, because of division, separation, the people are divided, this is the reason why the country is the way it is today. Not just with politics, but with crime and everything else. Because I could tell you, Pastor Google, you could have the baddest man back in the days, but when you see a mother or a priest or pastor, or somebody passing or sick, they used to respect that person because that person believed in the power of the Lord. But because we don't have that, that is the reason why we are seeing what we see today. That's just my point of view on solutions. If the church become connected to the people of the country again, we will see a different Trinidad and Tobago. That's all I have to say, Pastor Google.
Thank you. Right, till I'm making my way out of the studios of the Street 99 FM. The rain is pouring in Port of Spain, but to do what I have to do, you have to do what you have to do. So have a blessed one, Trinidad and Tobago. God bless.
Lift your hands, everybody. Team, begin to lead us as we worship the Lord. Come on.
Some bills on the Street 919 FM.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
Yes, you will. It's totally impossible for a man with eyes not to say now. There is no reason to be so uptight. Now you got everything alright. But now you should know.